Hey guys, KP again. Quick update before we get into it. I'm 3 weeks into the marathon training block. I'm around 70 kilometers last week, on track to the 97K peak. But today is not about running. I'm not going to talk about that today. Talk about strength training. Before running, or even running in general as a sport, I was into, and still am into, ultimate frisbee. A friend of mine who competed in the Olympic weightlifting meets taught me how to do Olympic weightlifting years ago. Wanted more acceleration off the line, more explosive speed when cutting for the disc, because I was really into ultimate back in the day. So he taught me power cleans. So the power clean became my main to lift back then. I can do like clean and jerk and all that good stuff, but that was my main source where I had build my agility and speed long before marathon training was ever on my radar. So when I started training for this training block, I didn't have to build a strength program from scratch, really. I already had this. The question whether it still had a place now that the goal is 42 kilometers, not sprinting for this. So my week runs 2 times strength training, sometimes even 1 due to work sessions. I prioritize my long runs and my mileage more so than strength training. There's that. But the lift that actually matters most for me, I think, for running, is still the power clean. It's an explosive pull from the floor to the shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, all firing at once. What they call a triple extension. It's really the exact movement pattern as your foot driving off the ground in mid-stride. Just load it up and slow it down enough to actually train it. So here's the actual reason this matters. Running teaches your body, like high mileage running, easy running, for right now I'm doing, is sustained effort for a long period of time. I'm going to get that, but the thing is, I need to produce force quickly. I know you need to do strides, sprints and hill sprints and whatnot. I like incorporating Olympic weightlifting, especially explosive. It's more fun for me. It's in terms of creating that explosive power. The power clean is where I train that missing piece, explosive power, in the same pattern needed for those kilometer 35, the long last stretch where everything else is already fatigued. I keep the weight ranges around 80% of my intensity. No 0-1 rep max testing. There's really no, I would even go far to say is go 50% of your max weight. This isn't about how much weight I can move, it's about how fast I can move it. Now you can do some kettlebell swings, which I probably would suggest everyone do anyways, but if anyone's interested, it is a technically demanding lift, which can pose a risk of injury, but I quite enjoy it, and I can share some tips on how to become proficient at it. So the biggest usually barrier is shoulder mobility. You can work that on next few weeks or so, and the next thing is basically getting yourself into a front squat. If you don't have the hip ability, you can also like put weights underneath your heels if you don't have a lifting shoe. The whole movement, I start off with the grips. You usually want your hands over the bar in this fashion where your thumb goes underneath your 4 fingers, which I'll show you guys in the clip. You want your hands shoulder width apart. Now you can start off from the floor, but you definitely can just go on to the safety bar, which bypasses the first pull, just decreasing that complexity. Just go to the transition phase where your bar is above your knee. Shift your knee slightly forward from there onto the bar, and then torso is comes up closer to vertical as the bar slides up to the thigh. This is the loading position, like a slight counter movement before a jump. This is the cue, is you want your knees forward, bar to the pocket. That's where you're going to go to the explosive part, which is your triple extension. So from there, this is what they call a second pull. You aggressively extend your ankles, knees, and hips all at once. You shrug your shoulders at the top. Elbows stay long as possible. This the entire power output of the lift. Everything before this was getting into the for position to it. The cue is basically jump and shrug. So as you can see, this is where this movement transition is over to running. So from there, this is the turnover. Once the bar is weightless on the top, once you aggressively pull it up, it becomes weightless. Put your elbows up around fast, rotating them from pointing back, pointing forward. You're pulling your body under the bar, not muscling the bar up higher. You whip your elbows like this, up and around, and you get into a cast position, basically a quarter squat. Bar lands in front of the delts and collarbone right here, elbows up and forward, catch with a slight bend of the knees, so quarter squat, which makes it a power clean, and then you re-bend the knees and you absorb the impact, you catch it soft, but elbows up, and then you stand up, and that's basically for a full standing position, and then you're done. Now when you want to drop the the bar, you want to just, you can either set it up in a way, dropping it if you do have a lifting platform, or safety clips, and walk your way towards it, re-rack the bar. Now you can actually go back to the starting position, which I'm doing now, but caveat here, you want to be able to control the weight, so I just suggest everyone just start at the lowest weight possible. I'd even go to say just do the bar for the first month or so. You can even, if you have a coach, great, you can get coaching from them. No, it may take a few months to learn the basic pattern of this lift, but once you do, it's quite engaging. And the only reason why I've continued this strength training regimen is because of being able to do these lifts, which I find much more fun than the conventional squat, push-ups, deadlifts. It's, I would not be able to sustain that kind of regimen for a long period of time. I found tedious and boring in my perspective. Now I might change my strength regimen as my mileage picks up, but here's what people don't say about doing both is lifting heavy and running heavy volume compete for the same recovery sources. And I don't have all the time in the world. I only have 24 hours plus work, plus gotta eat. If I lift too hard on the day before a key run, which is a kind of like a long run, that run suffers, not because of injury, but because of my legs are still fried from the squats or whatever strength training session I did do. So the actual skill is not just lift and run, it's the sequencing them. So one doesn't quietly sabotage the other per se. I usually put my strength training on its own in between easy runs. I can double up a strength training and an easy run session, and then go to a rest day, and then from there I do a long run. So spacing them out is really important, and why lifting sits where it does whenever in the week, not just randomly. Really, that's the real cost. It's not free just because nothing has injured my body. I know how to control the weights. It's the scheduling problem in between the runs and the strength training. The recovery, the sleep, the work, everything around it. So that is basically what I'm trying to aim and trying to balance while I am preparing for the marathon. And that's it for the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoy the content, learn something. Definitely exploring this topic more in terms of strength training application towards improving running performance. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I'll definitely apply all of the things that I've been using so far to improve my race times, and hopefully you guys follow along. We'll see. September is coming soon, so I'm quite excited. Yeah, that's about it. Please have a great day. Peace out.